Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise on this fabulous Friday. I'm Anastasia Palacios.
And good morning. Happy Friday to you, TGIF. I love the way you say fabulous star. I'm Philip Simon.
Yeah, Phil, I think it's great to come to another weekend, to have had another, what I hope would have been a successful week for our viewers and for you. And if not successful, a one where lessons were learned and hopefully will be applied in future. So a fabulous Friday indeed.
Yeah, well, I'm happy it's the end of the week. Doesn't really mean anything work-wise, but certainly it's the 19th of February. I know Carlos would have had a birthday this week. How was your week?
It was awesome. Always a blessing to be able to celebrate with my husband. We've been together for I think about 13 years now, and so those years are racking up. But each time, it's always just a joy, a time to be reflective and grateful that God allowed our paths to cross. And I think He enjoyed it, which is always important to me. And so it was good. Speaking of birthdays, I want to wish a very happy birthday to my good friend Tanya Pickstock. She celebrates 50 years today, and I'm only allowed to say that because I saw that she posted it. So I know that it's free information. And so I get to celebrate her half a century. Happy birthday to you, Tanya. May God continue to bless you to see many, many more. May this day and this year be your best one yet.
Yeah, I was wondering if you were going to get away with that. But speaking of birthdays as well, Naja, of course, who you know, she celebrates tomorrow. She's going to be 20. Can you believe that?
Wow, Phil, how do you feel? A 20-year-old.
Well, this morning I feel a little bit old, but it's not related to her. So we definitely want to wish her a very happy birthday. Of course, she's up there in Nashville, Tennessee, and all of that snow and cold weather. I mean, it's just been absolutely freezing up north. No.
Yeah, I have some friends in Texas and they are not happy. And I can understand it's almost like a hurricane has hit them. They've not had power. I mean, they're just not used to snow. They're not used to that type of weather. And so, our thoughts and prayers are with everyone that is going through something at this time, whatever that may look like, whether it's being snowed in or being snowed in with bills. We still know, of course, a lot of people here are struggling. I see Malia sent out a notice this week, Phil, that they're going to be closing their doors for the next 2 years. And so
yes.
They're added to a list of these properties that are just not open. And so we know that some people are still waiting to get back to work.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. So much continues to happen on a daily day, but you know what? It's a good time to be alive, right?
Indeed it is. And so before I let it go, happy birthday to you, Naja.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Well, listen, we've got another great show lined up today. We'll be talking to a Grand Bahama teacher who's launching her very own math book for students. Of course, math is the greatest subject in the world, biasly so. The Ministry of Education is also here to tell us how they are preparing to resume face-to-face educating starting next week. And we've got another fashion segment for you with Cardell.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that segment with Cardell. Whenever he comes on, I know it's going to be phenomenal. And of course, that conversation with the Ministry of Education, Phil. I don't know how many of us are excited to have everybody back on the road at the same time again, but I know that we do need our students back in school. So I'm excited about that, happy that they're finally going to be back in face-to-face learning. That should be a great conversation. As we talk about education, we're still continuing with our Black History Month series. We've partnered with Alpha Kappa, Alpha Sorority, Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity to talk about historically Black colleges and universities and the opportunities available for students there. Well, today we wanted to highlight our own institution, the University of the Bahamas. And so we're going to have some of the students from their Greek life organizations come and share with us this morning. So we're looking forward to that. And we're also going to be fighting about the Family Island Division of Social Services in our Bridging the Gap segment. So all of that ahead. But first, let's take a look at weather with Godfrey Burnside.
Weather at Sunrise, brought to you by Bahamas First. What's first for you comes first for us.
Good morning, Bahamas. And yeah, first look at weather at sunrise. High pressure moves eastward. Cool front moves across the extreme northwest Bahamas, Appa, and Bahama tonight, and across New Providence and as early tomorrow morning. You can expect some cool down from the system. Ahead of the system, you can expect some showers and possible thunderstorms, particularly across the extreme northwest Bahamas tonight. In your weather today, a mix of sun and clouds on the warm side with a few stray showers, with increasing cloudiness, breezy, and some shower activity over the northwest Bahamas by the night, partly sunny and warm across the central and southeastern islands, high temperature 85 degrees Fahrenheit. Tonight, mostly cloudy, breezy, and mild with a few showers over the northwest Bahamas, with partly cloudy skies over the central and southeastern islands, your low going down to 70 degrees Fahrenheit. And some region highs and lows across the Caribbean, Barbados, 1876. In Jamaica, 1869. In Trinidad, 83 and 73. And the Turks and Caicos Islands, 84 and 71. Across North America, Atlanta, 46 and 34. In Raleigh, 41 and 34. In Miami, 83, 73. Dallas, Texas, 37, 19. And around Canada, 29 and 24. As we go through the weekend, we've got a mix of sun and clouds to the weekend, but it's windy behind that system. Expect another cool front to move near the extreme northwest Bahamas on Monday. That'll cause some cloudiness. With a temperature daytime on the weekend, a slight cool down. The mid-70s daytime, mid-60s at nighttime, but warming up comes Sunday into Monday in the low 80s at daytime and the mid to upper 60s at nighttime. That's what you're up when you first look at the weather at sunrise. I'm glad to go inside. Back to you, Phil.
Well, thank you very much, Godfrey. Wilkeisha Bevans is a passionate primary school teacher all the way from up north in Grand Bahamas. She's successfully created a student-friendly mathematics handbook called the Math Student's Companion. Good morning, Wilkeisha. Welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning. Happy to be here.
I tell you, that background has all of my attention this morning. Are you in a class or?
No, I'm at home. I have a classroom set up in my home. So yeah, it looks like a classroom and I have kids come over, I do tutoring. And I basically set this up after Dorian to allow kids to come in because we were out of school for so long and it was nerve-wracking. So I wanted them to have a place that felt like what they're accustomed to, the school environment.
I gotta love that. Listen, before we get into Math Student's Companion, tell us just a little bit about yourself.
Well, like you said, my name is Wilkeisha Bevans, and I am a elementary school teacher, primary school level. I have taught grades 3 through 6, and hopefully before the end of my career, I would have taught K4, grade 1, 2. I love a challenge, so I'm excited about that. I have taught on islands such as Andros, Eleuthera for about 8 years, and now I am in the greatest district in the whole Commonwealth of the Bahamas, the Grand Bahama District.
Well, excellent, excellent. Well, I can feel the passion through the phone. So why math? I mean, why did you decide to write a book about a subject that people consider to be the worst one out there? But for me, I consider it to be the best subject of all time.
Yeah, mathematics for me was rough. 2 subjects that were a challenge for me, math and PE. I'm not athletic, but it was like math was a totally different language for me. And my mom, she tried so hard to help me with it, but it was a struggle. So when I became a teacher, I realized that I enjoyed teaching math because I was able to find unique ways to deliver the content to my children differently from the way that I was personally taught. And I was able to break it down, and I decided to let me compile this into a little book so each year I wouldn't forget, and I decided to offer it to the rest of the Commonwealth.
So this is obviously this is your first book?
Yes, sir.
And when did you complete it?
I completed it during COVID, right when Dorian happened. Right after Dorian, we were out of school for such a long time, and then almost immediately COVID happened, and I needed to focus and channel my energy onto something so that I could calm my mind a little bit. And I decided to, you know what, let me send this. I had this sitting on my computer for years, from like 2014.
Wow.
And I decided to, because I was at home and I needed to occupy my mind, I decided to send it to my publishers in the US, and they loved it. They absolutely loved it. So then here we are today. So that's the silver lining. with Dorian and COVID-19. It gave me the opportunity to be able to produce this book.
Well, excellent, good stuff. Well, tell us a little bit more about the book. Who is it for? What subject areas are covered in it?
Okay, well, the Math Student's Companion is a book for teachers, parents, and students alike. Teachers can use it because it has formulas and material to help deliver the content to their students. Because we have teachers that, that maybe they were as comfortable as I was when I first went into teaching math. And then it's for parents who want to help their children. It's for kids who would need help with preparing for end of year exams, national exams. So I created it to be a pocket-sized book, whereas they can take it with them every single day and can be of great assistance.
So in terms of the subject areas, this is primarily for students for which grades?
I designed it for upper primary, but I kid you not, up to yesterday, I had someone purchase one for their 4-year-old because they wanted them to get started with multiplication and shapes and angles. And then I have persons who have purchased the book for their high school students because they said, you need basic math. And there is such a major gap right now in our educational system because of COVID and everything. And I feel as though this book is going to help bridge the gap a bit and assist our kids as best as possible.
So is there a twist as it relates to, say, national exams? You have the GLADs, you have the BJCSEs, the BJCs. I think you still have BJCs. I'm not sure. That's a long time ago. But is there something in the book that helps students in preparation for those exams?
Most definitely. I would say the formulas, there are a lot of formulas and charts and table. There are, I think I have several pages in there that's going to help with problem solving, with helping with problem solving skills. So the high school kids would find that definitely, they would find it useful. They would find area and perimeter because a lot of these skills transcend straight from primary school into high school. So I feel as though it would be great assistance. And I've been getting feedback from high school parents that are using it and they find the material quite.
All right. Okay. Well, let our listening audience know where they can get the book, how they can contact you.
Yes, the Math Student Companion. You can follow us on Instagram. You can also follow us on Facebook. All the contact information is there where you can contact me. I have sellers on Eleuthera, Brian Cooper. I have my mom and her husband, Kirk and Diane Farquharson on New Providence, Joanne Knowles in Long Island. And you can also find it on barnesandnoble.com and lulu.com. And soon it will be on Amazon. It'll be available quite soon, the ebook version of it.
All right, you're doing your thing. I'll let the listening audience know that somehow you said you were all nervous this morning. I don't see it at all.
Yes, I'm a shy person. I'm really shy.
No such thing as a shy teacher. Listen, thank you so much for being here on Bahamas at Sunrise.
Thank you for having me.
All right.
I really appreciate it.
All right, you guys go there and get the Math Student's Companion by Wilkeisha Bevans. You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
First, it's more than just our name, more than just our achievements. It's our nature, and it's where we put our customers. At Bahamas First, we've refreshed our look, but our nature remains the same. We design insurance solutions that protect our customers from life's uncertainties, whatever they may be. We equip you for the future so that you can recover stronger. Bahamas First, what's first for you comes first for us.
The sports we play depend on the health we build. So let's stay healthy. Wear a mask and practice social distancing and hand washing to protect yourself and others. Remember, COVID-19 is not a game.
A public service message from the Bahamas Olympic Committee.
Doctors Hospital is proud to introduce the Loyalty Advantage Membership Program, or LAMP. LAMP offers medical service discounts to new and existing doctors' hospital patients. With membership starting as low as $20 per month, LAMP benefits include fee waivers for insured patients, discounts on inpatient and outpatient services, access to free imaging services, and much more. For a full list of benefits or to sign up for LAMP, visit doctorshos.com/LAMP. Doctors Hospital, trusted and best care now. Isn't your health worth it?
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. Thank you for staying with us all February long. We've been talking about historically Black colleges and universities with our partners from Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity and Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority. Well, today we wanted to highlight what I guess might be considered an historically Black college here in the Bahamas. And that, of course, is the University of the Bahamas, our home, our alma mater for both Phil and I. And today we're talking with a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority on that campus and two brothers of the newly chartered Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity on that campus. We're going to be talking with Hilary Heiler. He's a student in business management. I happen to know him very well. And of course, we're talking to Micah Russell. He's a student in the tourism management sector. And Cassidy Martin, my good sorority sister, is a student in the computer information systems program. So lady and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
It's a pleasure to have you all with us. Yeah, Micah, it's my pleasure to have you with us. I'm so excited to talk to you gentlemen, especially because you guys are the newest fraternity on campus. I know it's been a virtual launch of this fraternity on campus, but a very successful one. People all over the world talking about the alphas that came out of the plane. And so I want to get started with learning why you guys decided that UB was the choice for you. Micah, talk to me first. Let me know why you chose UB.
Well, apart from the fact that the University of the Bahamas, is the current leading institution in the country, this offers the degree and the program of study that I've always been passionate about, which is tourism and travel and aviation. And not only that, tourism is the country's #1 industry. So I felt coming to UB would have given me that, full experience and the exposure in the tourism industry and allowed me to learn about just everything really the tourism industry entailed. So right after graduating high school, UB was always my first option. I always knew that I wanted to come to UB, and I'd advise and encourage any student graduating, the aiming student that is, to definitely make UB one of your first choices or possibly consider coming to the University of the Bahamas.
Awesome. Hilary, what about you? Why did you choose UB?
So, Mrs. Palacios, for me, as you know, I had the opportunity to go Tennessee State University at first. So I took the route of going overboard to my studies. However, over my time there, I realized that my passion, I felt a strong connection to my country and I want to be able to give back and help build it. And so for me, I decided to come back after 2 years and pursue finish my degree at the University of Bahamas because I felt as though it would give me an opportunity to start laying down the foundation to help me give back to my country in a way I feel it'd be beneficial.
All right. And what about you, Cassidy?
The reason I chose to attend the University of the Bahamas was because I realized that I was able to get quality education at home where I'd be close to my family members. I also appreciated the fact that the curriculum being taught at UB would be tailored to the Bahamas. I also knew that the faculty to student ratio would be smaller relative to other bigger institutions. So that was a benefit because it made me realize that my lecturers would be able to dedicate more of their time to me and ensuring that I fully grasp the concepts being taught in the classroom. So those reasons, coupled with the fact that I am able to attend UB basically free of charge, thanks to the Ministry of Education, were my main reasons for attending UB.
I mean, I am so delighted just to speak with you guys. Everybody is articulate, everyone is intelligent, and you all seem to have a passion for being here in the Bahamas, making sure that you're contributing to the Bahamas. Now I want to talk about, the thing that we all have in common, and that is our Greek life. And so Cassidy, I want to get started with you on this one. What was it like for you to decide to join Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority? What led to that decision, and how has that impacted your college experience?
So growing up, I've had a lot of mentors who are members of Greek organizations, and having those individuals as mentors made me realize the importance of being a part of and being committed to something bigger than myself. I find joy in giving back and helping others, so I always strive to associate myself with organizations whose objectives are in line with mine. And for me, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated was that organization. The sorority is dedicated to enhancing the social, economic, and educational well-being of local and international communities. And I agreed with and was encouraged by our international program targets, which are HBCU for Life, Women's Healthcare and Wellness, Building Your Economic Legacy, the Arts, and Global Impact. So those were my main reasons for wanting to become a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha. Ever since I've been a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha and a part of the Greek community, um, I've reaped great rewards from it. My professionalism has vastly increased. I've learned time management. It has broadened my horizon, and it has given me a lifetime of friendship and sisterhood. I've learned so many new things, and I've met so many new people because of my sorority. Um, my line sisters and I, we have become a support system for each other. So we help each other in areas where we are weak. So the mere fact that I have this new network of like-minded people and this big group of people behind me backing my success is something I greatly appreciate. And I think I would consider it the greatest benefit of being a part of Greek life.
Yeah, I do use, girl, that was a whole lot of benefit right there. I may as well tell you, from the networking to the talking about the increase in professionalism, timeliness. I love that one. I think that's something that we as Bahamians struggle with, but it's so important if we're going to be successful, not just here, but globally. And so I love that you shared that, Cassidy. Thank you so much. Hillary, what about you? Why did you decide to join AFIA, and how has that experience enhanced like your life at UB?
So the reason why I joined Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated is simple. We develop leaders promote better in academic excellence while providing service and advocacy for others. And so for me, self-development is very important, as well as giving back to the community. As mentioned before, it is always my goal to help those in need. So for example, to highlight some of the service that we do. Yesterday, we had an opportunity, me and my brothers, to donate blood to those who may be in need to potentially save a life. Mm-hmm. And so it is initiatives such as, for example, A Voteless People is a Hopeless People. If you were watching us earlier this month, we spoke on Martin Luther King, Dr. Martin Luther King, who was a fraternal brother of ours, who believed that your voice mattered when it came to voting. And therefore, I had an opportunity yesterday to register so that I may learn the process and now disseminate that information to young people at University of Bahamas, as well as individuals who want to know more about voting, on what it takes to become a registered voter. And so for me, joining Greek life, or the first and leading fraternity, Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, has encouraged me to become a better man, as well as take initiative to do for my community in a positive manner.
Awesome. So great to hear you talk, Hillary. Micah, you got to have the final word for us today. It's really been a joy to have all of you with us. But Micah, let us know for you, you're the student at UB, you're in Greek life. Hillary's just kind of talked about some of the projects that you've done. Do you recommend UB and Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity? People can, everybody can't get in. It's okay. But is it something that you would recommend for other young men who may be watching and considering, should I go to UB? Should I not? Would you recommend UB, and would you recommend then getting into Greek life, whether that's Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity or another organization?
Yes, I would definitely recommend both UB and joining a Greek organization. But as you mentioned, Greek organizations are not for everyone. So that would be something that you're really passionate about doing, and you must know the reason why you want to join a Greek organization. I know for me, I didn't know anything about Greek life really prior to graduating high school. I was fortunate enough to have the opportunity to be honored on the annual Honors Day convocation held by Alpha Fraternity. And so that was where my interest in Greek life started to spark, because I saw all these, established men, prestigious, and I said, I wanted to be just like that. I wanted to be better than that. And so when the opportunity presented itself, I had to take advantage of it. And I must say, I don't regret my decision at all. We've just charted our line in November. And so far, my 2-3 months in this fraternity, has been nothing short of amazing. The brotherhood is, just spectacular, and we're focusing now on a lot of our national programs, one of them being Go to High School, Go to College. Go to High School, Go to College was established in 1922. And it is basically established with the importance of completing secondary education and collegiate education as a road to advancement. So what Go to High School, Go to College is it gives young men the opportunity to receive information and learn about strategies that can motivate them to achieve great success. So we've been very active in promoting our national programs. And as Brother Hyla would have mentioned, we've just held our blood drive yesterday. And I'm happy to report that it was quite a success, although we didn't get the numbers that we had quite anticipated. We're still very grateful for everyone that have came out and that would have contributed to this worthy initiative and cause, So we're just extremely thankful. I'm just excited about continuing to do the work of Alpha.
Thank you. Well, I'm impressed. I'm sure my co-host Phil Simon is going to come back on and talk about how excited he is to see our young people. Phil and I are very passionate about the fact that our future and our present lies with you and the decisions that you all are making. So to see three intelligent, articulate young Bahamians at the University of the Bahamas pursuing excellence and doing that while contributing through Greek life is a breath of fresh air this morning. And so we want to congratulate all of you for your decision. We want to encourage you to stay the course in Greek life and in school, and of course to continue to be an example. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Hillary, Micah, and Cassidy.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us, Anastasia.
You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise, where we bring the best and brightest to you. Of course, we're celebrating education. The Alphas call it Go to High School, Go to College. We just call it explore your best self and become the best you by using these opportunities, whether through an HBCU or the University of the Bahamas. And we're so happy that you stayed with us on Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
In 1991, Dr. Barry Russell became the first Bahamian orthodontist to establish a practice in the Bahamas. His vision was to develop a practice that was first world, providing the highest quality treatment and customer service. In 1996, the practice became known as the Bahamas Orthodontic Center, BOC. To maintain excellence, BOC has grown from a staff of 2 to a current staff of 21. Dr. Russell has established his practices in Nassau on Collins Avenue and in Freeport, Grand Bahama. Dr. Russell attended Howard University in Washington, D.C., where he received a Bachelor of Science in Microbiology and a doctorate in dental surgery. After finishing his doctorate, he completed a general practice residency at Harlem Hospital through Columbia University and returned to Howard University for his orthodontic residency. He is a past chairman of the Bahamas Dental Council, which has the responsibility of overseeing the regulation of dentistry in the country. He is a member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated and Sigma Pi Phi. He is married to the former Mary Missy Thompson, and they have 3 children, Lauren, Logan, and Reagan. A Moment in Black History is brought to you by Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity and by the Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority, in conjunction with the Counselors Limited.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. Today, hopefully we're going to get an update on Eleuthera. Of course, they resumed face-to-face learning this Monday past, and New Providence is preparing for a hybrid face-to-face learning model starting next week. Going to have a lot of activity out there, guys. Here to tell us more about that is Shavana Darville. She's the principal of SC McPherson. Good morning. Welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning, and thank you for having me.
Oh, my goodness. You know, we were talking before we got started. I was doing my best. I think it was Bruce Buffer, impersonation. Are you ready? Are you ready?
I am. I am.
But it's been a long time, almost a year, I would think, of not having students face to face in school. How has that been in terms of the preparations for next week?
Actually, it's been exactly 11 months, and we do miss our darlings, but we have been preparing for them. We have made sure that health and safety is our first priority. And so we would have established protocols involving temperature checks, hand sanitization stations. We direct movement of students and staff on campus. And we would have had a dry run of these activities when we hosted the national exams, those of us in the high school the ending part of last year, and of course the end of term exam. So now we get to put all of that and the extras that we would have done over the past few months into full gear next week when we receive our darlings.
Oh boy, I love it. In terms of these preparations, what has been the message to parents in particular?
To parents, we're asking for your support. First and foremost, give us your support. We emphasize health and safety. Make sure that check your child before they leave home. Check for health issues. If the child is not feeling well, we recommend that you keep them home. When you pack them, ensure that they're properly attired for school. Uniform, well-groomed, look the part, come prepared mentally, as well as physically for school. Ensure that they pack their resources, okay, their books, their tablets, all of those things. Throwing a little extra, throw in the hand sanitizer, throw in the wipes if you can, so that when they come to school, they're equally prepared for learning and for safety.
All right, great message. Joining us also is Michael Culmer. He is the district superintendent for the Eleuthera, the island of Eleuthera. Good morning, sir. Welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Very pleasant. Good morning. It is wonderful to be joining you from sunny Eleuthera today.
Definitely one of my favorite islands. Also, Starsh, you'll say the same thing. You guys actually started face-to-face learning Monday past, correct?
Actually, we have the Eleuthera district has been divided into two schedules in the emergency orders. Spanish Belt would have started its face-to-face instruction October 13, I believe.
Okay.
And Harbor Island, which is another one of our keys, would have begun its instruction on the 4th of January.
Okay.
We were thrilled when we received authorization from the Ministry of Education to begin instruction on Monday of this week. So we had 4 of our schools begin with the face-to-face instruction. One of the principals was so thrilled. She said to me, "Mr. Culmer, the only thing missing was balloons and cake." The parents are so excited about being in school. So we've had 4 of them open on Monday, and we had 3 more join the face-to-face band of instruction on Wednesday. And we're anticipating having the remaining schools open on Tuesday of next week. Granted, all of the health and safety measures are in place. We're going to go out to ensure that the health and safety methods are in place, all the protocols are in place. Mm-hmm. We want safety to be our #1 priority. Education is our main business.
Yeah, no doubt about that. I think Eleuthera, during the virtual aspect of learning, achieved higher than an 80% attendance rate during this period. That's incredible, actually, given the challenges that we would have heard on some of the other islands. But you guys also are going to be busing in a lot of your students. How is that process being handled?
What we've done is we wanted to ensure that we worked a program that was going to be practical, that was going to consider our safety protocols. And so all of our schools that required busing were asked to ensure that when they organized their timetables, that the timetable was reflective of the transportation, the bus transportation. We wanted our bus operators first and foremost to be trained. We can't have any aspect of our school's day jeopardized because of the failure on our part to train. Okay. So the Ministry of Education's health and safety protocols for the safe reopening of school were shared widely across the island. Our bus operators were trained. They were taught what are the essential things that they must do at the bus stop, at the school, while in transit. And we organized our timetables so that we can maintain social distancing on the bus and maintain an effective, rigorous curriculum in our institutions.
Excellent. You know, I'm smiling over on this side of the camera because it seems as though the parents are excited about school reopening. Students are excited about getting to see their friends, and even the teachers and administrators are even seemingly more excited to have their darlings back. Ms. Darville, how is this going to be different? We still have several more weeks and another term, in the school year, but specifically for SC McPherson, how will this school year be? How the remaining part of the school year be different?
The thing is, school is just changed since March of last year. Mm-hmm. Even our vocabulary has changed. We've moved away from talking about chalk and chalkboard, and now we're talking about AMIS, LMS, one-on-one, Kahoot, Edmodo. So that's changed. The essential tools that students use have changed. We have books and pens, which is still essential, but you have to throw in now a laptop. You have to throw in a tablet. Of course, you have to throw in the personal care items like the hand sanitizer, the wipes. The way we do things, our movements are restricted, our gatherings are restricted. But you know what? We have the most innovative and creative teachers in our systems, and they make these things work. So we're not absent of any of our special events. We would have celebrated our Thanksgiving. We would have celebrated our Christmas through a movie production. So kudos to our teachers. What COVID would have done for us would have expanded our capacity to be creative and ingenious. And so we look forward to pushing that throughout the rest of the semester. And hopefully we end the year with a bang.
Oh, no doubt about that. Mr. Coleman, I'm going to give you the last word. Kind of the same question, specifically for Eleuthero. I mean, what's the message out there to all of the stakeholders involved, the teachers, the parents, and also the students?
The message is that we celebrated success in the island of Eleuthero in education because of our relationships. We've celebrated because of our partnerships. We've celebrated because we've been able to collaborate. One of the wonderful things about working in a family island is that you get to know everybody. Mm-hmm. The success of education in a family island is going to be founded in relationships. Yeah. People are going to participate when they know that you care, the child's best interest is at heart. We all, at our district office, in our schools, we all have children or no children, personally, family members in our institution. Mm-hmm. And so the message is always going to be, make sure that you are engaged and involved. Yeah. We're making information accessible. Mm-hmm. Persons will do better when they know what it is that you need them to do. Mm-hmm. Our health and safety protocols, I've asked all of our institutions to ensure that parents have access. They've created pamphlets. They've had many training sessions. In fact, today when we begin our day in the Eleuthero district, we're bringing in our support staff across the district in two places to give them further training. We're saying to parents from day one, we want you to be engaged. You need to be knowledgeable. It starts at home. If your child exhibits any symptoms or signs of flu-like illness, that would be sore throat, that's a runny nose, that's coughing, that's a fever. Our schools are going to follow protocols that say that this child must be isolated and returned to home. Parents, we're going to have to call you off your job. We're going to have to call. You're going to have to make some arrangements to get the child there. It's going to be a major inconvenience for you. Mm-hmm. So we want to prevent this. We want you from the onset to do what's necessary for you. In our institutions, we're going to have schedules. We wanted to ensure that everybody has access to their schedule. Yeah. Every parent knows that my child reports on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, or day 2, day 3, day 6, however those schedules are, so that we don't have the misinformation and the inconveniences. Mm-hmm. we're also going to ask our parents to ensure that our schools have your contacts, current contacts, so that we can contact you if there are any changes. Our websites are operational, our social media pages are operational, all of the groups. We're also partnering with our stakeholders, the clinics. We don't know what we'll do in the Luther without our clinics and our clinical staff, our healthcare providers. We don't know what we'll do, but we appreciate them. And so that's how we're going to be working this year. That's how we intend to keep it going in the Luther.
Well, I'll tell you what, not only are you guys excited about the prospects of being back face-to-face in school, you're certainly so well prepared. Shavannah Darville, the principal for SC McPherson, and of course, Michael Coleman, District and Superintendent for Luther. Thank you so much for being here on Bahamas at Sunrise.
Thank you for having me.
All right, great. You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Our world has changed. Many businesses have been closed for months with little or no access to their customers until now. Rev Media can help you remain connected to your customers. Our trusted customized advertising packages and personalized consultants will provide your business with immeasurable support during this challenging time. Your customers are already watching. Rev Media can help you to remain connected. Call us today. Let us help you.
One thing, two things, blue thing, old things, things that are small, things that are grand, things that fit just right, and in the palm of your hand. Fox Hill Nursery, a large selection of garden supplies. If you can see it in your mind, you can find it at Fox Hill Nursery.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. Thank you for staying with us. I'm Anastasia Palacios.
And I'm Philip Simon. TGIF to you. Star, listen, I love the interview you did with the UB students. And, your brother, he starts out by saying, it's a pleasure to be here, Mrs. Palacios. And by the time it was all concluded, you're back to being Anastasia.
But Anastasia is still formal. Nobody in my house who actually knows me and loves me calls me Anastasia. Anastasia is my you're in trouble name, only used by my father at times when I knew better.
But your brother did it today.
Yeah, he was trying to be formal and cute. But yeah, it was just so nice to see my baby brother and to interview him. And so it was great, Phil. I just love to see our young people just shine. And I think that our future is in good hands whenever I hear them talk about their hopes, their dreams, and their commitment to already serving even at 19, 20, 22, So it's really a positive segment done by AKA and AFIA.
And I love the passion of the teachers, the educators, the administrators. I mean, you could feel the fact. I mean, when Ms. Darville talks about welcoming back their little darlings. I mean, that's a genuine statement that she's making. So, it's just really a great thing. And that's the beginning of the process that gets them to the output that you interviewed in terms of our young people.
Definitely. And Wilkeisha Bevans from Grand Bahama, the passion she had with creating that classroom in a home to teach students during Dorian. I mean, we say this not enough, that there are so many more good than bad. And we really ought to emphasize the good because there really are some excellent educators there who are really committed to their students and wanting to see them succeed.
Absolutely. Well, we've got more to come in the second half of Bahamas at Sunrise. It's fashion. I don't know. I'm going to have to start coming up with something like that with Cardell McClam.
Yes, that's coming up in addition to a conversation, more Family Island talk. This time we're talking with the Ministry of Social Services, their Family Island division, going to be learning about some of the work that they do. And so we're looking forward to continuing the show. Before we get to any of it, we're going to take a second look at weather with Godfrey Burnside.
Weather at Sunrise, brought to you by Bahamas First. What's first for you comes first for us.
Thank you, Star, and good morning, Bahamas. Yes, I can look at the weather at Sunrise. high pressure will shift east. Cold front moves in tonight over the northwest Bahamas, New Providence, and Andros Eleuthera by this afternoon. In your marine forecast today, winds south to southwest at 15 knots, seas 2 to 5 feet, shifting west to northwest at 15 to 20 knots, seas 4 to 6 feet after frontal passage over the northwest Bahamas, southeast to south at 15 to 20 knots, seas 4 to 6 feet over central Bahamas, and east to southeast at 15 to 20 knots, seas 4 to 6 feet over the southeastern islands. On Saturday, north to northeast at 15 to 20 knots, seas 4 to 6 feet over the northwest central Bahamas, southeasterly at 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet over the southeastern islands. Then on Sunday, northeast to east at 15 to 25 knots, seas 5 to 8 feet over all the islands. Yet tides. Expected low tide at 7:15 this morning. Next high tide at either minute past 1 this afternoon. Low gain this evening at 7:15. Sunset 6:05 this evening. Rising at 6:40. UV index 8. Your water temperature 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Moon phase for its quarter. Standard look. Cool front moves through high pressure bills, bringing cooler temperatures and also windy conditions. Second cool front stalls over the islands by Monday. For the weekend, mix of sun and clouds, breezy. Temperature daytime will be in the mid to upper 70s daytime, mid 60s at nighttime. But by Monday, those temperatures go back into the low 80s at daytime, upper 60s at nighttime. That's what's up in your front look at weather sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Star.
Much, Godfrey. The Ministry of Social Services and Urban Development offers support and assistance in the entire Bahamas, including the Family Islands. Here to tell us more about the work of the Family Island Division, I'm so happy to welcome Mrs. Zenobia Coakley-Mills. She's the Assistant Director for Family Islands, Special Reports, and Trafficking in Persons. Good morning, Ms. Coakley-Mills, and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning. Good morning, Bahamas, and thank you for the welcome.
It's a pleasure to have you with us this morning. Now, what islands are included in the Family Island Division?
Okay, well, you know, the archipelagic nation that we are, the span is so wide, the division is divided. In the north, that comes under Grand Bahama is Bimini and Abaco. The islands that I'm responsible for are all of Andros, all of Eleuthera, Cat Island, Exuma, Ragged Island, San Salvador, Rum Key, Long Island, Inagua, Mayaguana, Crooked Island, Acklands, and Long Key.
Okay, that's a whole lot. And I think sometimes, especially when you live in Nassau and you work in Nassau, you don't often acknowledge, or maybe it doesn't come to your attention about how many other islands exist out there, and how much of that must come under government control as well to make sure that people are being taken care of. In that respect, what services are provided by the Family Island Division for those out islands?
Well, we replicate the same services that are available in Nassau to ensure that no Bahamian is marginalized in any way. So whatever services that are here that we can apply in the Family Islands, we do, as well as when it is necessary to bring those clients into New Providence to ensure that all their needs are met, then we make those arrangements as well. So the food assistance, financial assistance, senior citizens, family services, all of the supportive services, child protection, they're all available through our district offices.
Okay. And what is your staff complement? Because there are several islands that come under you. So I would imagine that you would need several people to help you manage that pretty big task. How many people do you have working with you?
Well, overall, we have over 70 staff. A lot of them are supportive staff. Mm-hmm. In Cat Island, we have a children's home, and that is managed by the Brethren Church as a partnership with us. And then in South Andros, we have a senior citizens home that is managed by us through a board. So overall, it's a little over 70, and the smaller number would be the actual technical staff, the social workers. But we have a lot of support staff that assist us in the execution of our duties.
Yes, it's interesting to hear because I don't think we learn a lot unless you are from that island or very familiar with it, visiting it frequently, that there would be a children's home in Cat Island, right? So this is new information that I'm sure a lot of us are learning. And of course, I'm happy to hear that we're taking care of the elderly, who I believe we really ought to do an even better job, especially as individual citizens, of honoring our elderly in South Andros and of course, wherever we find ourselves. Given that you've done these things in the Out Islands in particular, have you had any sort of impact or done any sort of major work in response to Hurricane Dorian victims, them coming from Abaco and Grand Bahama?
Well, the impact of Dorian was so far-ranging. A lot of the victims of Dorian, they went to other islands. Either some of them might have had connections through relatives or whatever, and they would have settled in Abaco and they would have gone back home, and others would have just gone there out of exploring where they could resettle. So the same programs that we offered to Dorian victims in New Providence, we replicated them as well on the Family Islands, which are, elevated amounts of food assistance as opposed to what we would normally offer, as well as rent assistance to help them resettle, supportive financial assistance, purchasing furniture or whatever utilities were needed. They got it at a extended level to the normal services that we have. Some of them have remained in those islands, and now that the Dorian assistance has discontinued in terms of what is happening in our islands, not Abaco and Grand Bahama, but the special programs that we would have implemented for that, they've discontinued, but now they can benefit from the regular programs that we offer if they still need that support.
Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. I know that, because Dorian was one type of storm, and then you have the pandemic come and hit, and it's just back to back. And so I'm sure that there are many who've just still not been able to catch themselves, right? They've just not had the opportunity to even get back into meaningful work because before they could, the pandemic hit. Now there's so many more that are unemployed. Let's talk about that COVID-19 pandemic. Has that changed the way the Family Island Division provides services in any way?
Yes, it does. It has. Everything is security and safety. So we had to ensure that our staff was equipped with the necessary PPEs, and in terms of how many persons, the social distancing would be allowed into the office at a time. That has changed our approach in terms of how we deliver the services. The services that we provide are the same as what is available in Nassau. You have persons who are normally financially independent. They would never dream of coming into the department to seek assistance because they've been able to manage their finances. Persons working in tourism, our more popular islands with the hotels and whatnot, we would have been inundated with requests for assistance with rent, food, and other services. So we replicated what was here in Nassau, and we've offered and provided those services to them. Also, we would have had, oh my goodness, I lost my train of thought, but we've been doing a spectacular job. Oh, what I wanted to say is also with the feeding program that is available in Nassau through the various NGOs, we've also provided grants to some of the NGOs in the Family Islands. I think it was about over 30 or so that we assisted to help provide the feeding program, in addition to the persons who would have received and applied for the extended food assistance program that we have.
All right, excellent. Well, Ms. Cookley, is there a number where people can reach you if they are in the Family Islands and they need assistance?
Yes, I have a team here in Nassau, a complement of about 8 that work in headquarters. And we also provide assistance to persons coming in from the islands and get, stranded in some kind of way and find they need our support. They can come into our head office on Blue Hill Road in the Sunshine Plaza. The number for the office is 604-4200. You can ask for myself, Miss Eartha Shallow, or Miss Juliet Nemore, who are the 2 chief officers who assist me.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning, Ms. Coakley Mills. It's been a pleasure to talk with you, to learn more about this particular division. And it makes my heart glad because we do need that special care and attention, not just in New Providence, but around the country, right? We are one nation. And so it's a joy to learn about the services that you provide. Thanks again for joining us this morning.
Thank you very much.
And Ubuntu to you as well. Here is our fashion designer, Cardell McClam, with our latest fashion segment.
Welcome to It's Fashion with Cardell McClam. We can all agree that denim is a fashion icon. It has reinvented itself throughout generations, from your grandmother's bell-bottom jeans to your son's skinny jeans. Denim is here to stay, and denim is here to slay. And we'll show you how with a clothing and accessory that we chose from Stiletto Shoe Loft. Today's guest is Bodine Victoria, a multi-talented creative. She is a performing artist, TV and radio host, writer, poet, and producer. Bodine, welcome to It's Fashion.
Well, thank you so much for having me, Cardell.
I noticed you have recently started a YouTube show. Tell us about the show.
I started Bodine Pot. Bodine Pot is the YouTube channel where I show you how to make traditional Bahamian food, sometimes with a different twist. And you can make it step by step along with me. I provide all of the recipes up on my blog, bodinepot.com, and you can always just request a recipe. Let me become familiar with what you do on your island, and food is how we share cultures.
We love that.
Thank
And
you.
I know you have other things that you're working on, but let's recap our challenge.
Okay.
So, you were going to a regatta where you'll enjoy the day and perform that evening. You know you won't have time to change before you perform. What do you wear that is casual yet chic? And you've decided your outfit. Tell me about your outfit.
Let me tell you, this is easy. You know why? For a regatta, you kind of want some really nice flats, but for stage, I love me a color block shoe, but also denim is a new neutral. And a black turtleneck gives a little bit of skin. It's another neutral. I can dress this up, dress it down if I want to. I can fold my jeans up a little bit, you know, make them a little shorter.
Right.
Got a transformational outfit right here.
Yeah.
A little bit of bling, good to go.
I would like to take this look a notch up. A jacket is an easy thing to add to your outfit. So we'll take this beautiful jacket with the embellishments.
Okay, I like it. I think it's very pretty.
And then the shoes there, which is an alligator type print, and it's a chunky heel. So performance should be okay, and walking around in the daytime should be well spent, right?
Right.
And then we'll change out those earrings because I don't want you losing those. I will add these hoops.
Okay, I love a sparkly hoop. Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay.
I love this outfit. It says superstar, I came here to slay. So let's move right into our second challenge. You're attending an evening concert of a collaborator from the music industry.
Okay.
You feel like he may pull you on stage to perform with him. What would you wear to enjoy your night, yet still look ready to perform? For this challenge, I'm going to leave you to explore all of these clothes from Stiletto Shoe Loft, and I'll be back.
Okay.
All right.
So I don't want to upstage the guest, but I still want to be cute. So let's do this. And we need denim. So, oh, this is very in fashion now. Like you have a open vest, no sleeves. Okay, I get it.
I love this dress. This is a sweater knit. It's lightweight. It has a beautiful stretch to it. And then she paired it with this gorgeous vest. I love it with the nude sandals. And one thing that is important when you're coordinating an outfit is to look at the links. So in the chain and the shoes, it has very similar to the same link, and that's very important. But Bodine, for the sake of performance, I would love you to add a boot to it, right? And then you need a bag. So I'm going to add this bag to the outfit, okay? Cool. All right. So I love the change here, the indigo denim boots and also the bag. I love the moodiness of it. You're ready for a performance. So we're moving into challenge number 3. So you made plans to go on a date to the Spring Festival, right?
Okay.
You are also performing at the festival. What do you wear so that you are the center of the attention for a date, but you can easily upgrade for your performance? So I'm going to guide this process.
Okay.
I'm not going to leave you by yourself. And so definitely I see spring. What says spring more than this beautiful fuchsia print?
All right, so we're doing this, and what are we doing this with?
So we're going to do this other denim.
Okay.
And check the back details though.
It's a darker denim.
Yeah.
Got peekaboo back.
Yes.
With the
the destroy and distress. I love this, so we're going to add that to it. Now, what we're going to put on our feet, we're going to take it to another dimension. So we're going to these boots there.
Serious?
Yes, we are. And this is the look. This screams Spring Festival. It's a high waist skirt, so it actually elongates the body. It has the ruching details, which is good and flattering on a curvaceous body.
Right.
And I paired it with something relaxed, because if you're going to a festival, the heel may not be the best thing. So this multi-tone pair of boots in this patent leather is perfect. So before though we conclude this look, I want you to try on this jacket.
Okay.
It's really beautiful, and you may perform, and you're performing at this festival. So you're in your date look, and then you're placing this on to perform because it gives a lot of volume. So let's try this on. This is beautiful for the stage. I love the volume and the balance of proportion. It's funky, fresh, cool, innovative. It's that girl all young girls want to emulate. Bodie and Victoria, thank you for being here today. I appreciate you just adorning yourself in all the clothes by Stiletto Shoe Love. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me and, giving me the opportunity to see what style is like and in different genres.
Fantastic. Thank you for watching It's Fashion with Cardell McClam. You can find all these items at Stiletto Shoe Love on Robinson Road. So we conclude like this. It's Fashion with Cardell McClam, where the style resides.
Well, folks, thank you so much for joining us this morning on Bahamas at Sunrise. We hope that you enjoyed the show.
Yeah, great show, Star. I mean, listen, always good waking up at Bahamas at Sunrise once again. Happy birthday to Naja Niara Simon on her 20th tomorrow. 20 on the 20th.
20 on the 20th, and I've got a little head poking in there, Phil, as well.
Little ways to go.
And so this is my thing. This is why I try to take it all in stride, because I recognize that at some point I'm going to be wishing her a happy 20th birthday if all goes well. So happy birthday again, Naja. It has been a pleasure to watch you grow from afar and to just be an excellent representation of your mom and dad. Truly beautiful in physical beauty, but also in spirit. And you guys have done a great job, Phil. So congratulations to you and Sherry.
Thank you very much. Don't rush that little head poking in. Keep that for as long as you can.
Indeed. Well, we wish you guys have a great weekend. We're going to see you back here on Monday. Bye.